Hello everybody and welcome back to the Critical Rocket chassis variant series. We're going with the Enforcer now, the 4R specifically. Now in MechWarrior Online there's only two official versions of the Enforcer in the game, with the other two remaining variants being apocryphal. Now this being the 4R, this is the original and maybe the best, I don't know. It's the Federated Suns workhorse, 50-tonner. Designed pretty much around every kind of combat role that the Federated Suns needed at the time. Urban brawler, using its jump jets to get in close to fight with enemy mechs, barrage vehicle, you name it, they pretty much tried to use it for that one particular purpose. So it had a pretty decent loadout focused around range and medium range combat to try and keep it in all types of warfare that they needed throughout the Succession Wars. The reason for this is because apparently the factory complexes were largely unaffected by the pretty mass destruction that occurred during the First and Second and Third and Fourth Succession Wars, and even received some lost tech refits, which is what I did in my other video. My original video about the Enforcer, which was about the 5D with the LB-10. So, a note about the apocryphal versions, I believe they come in as the 5P and 4P. These were both made by PGI, basically because the game works along a system of having 3 variants minimum. I won't be covering them for the series because, you know, if you're a long-term viewer of this channel, I'm mostly doing stuff about the lore-friendly versions of mechs. What I will say, though, is that the 4P and 5P are clearly designed around very particular types of play. So the 4P comes standard with an AC-20 and 2 mediums, and the 5P focuses heavily on Ultra AC-5s. So, yeah, pretty big on ballistics, either rapid fire or just big damage. From gameplay's perspective, they're both pretty good, but that's not surprising because PGI built them around what PGI already know MechWarrior Online is built around, which is a very specific type of meta that they want players to go for. So getting back to the 4R, it is a very energy-focused mech. Although it has the AC-10, it's the only ballistic slot that it has, and that's entirely based around the right arm. The initial loadout only comes with a single ton of AC-10 ammo, so if you're going to stick with it, definitely want to get in more ammunition. The left-hand side of the mech, that's the left torso and the left arm, actually comes up to about 5 energy hardpoints. Normally it only comes with a ER, well not an ER large, sorry, just a standard large laser and a small laser. So most people are probably going to mess around with them, definitely probably going to drop the small laser, as most people do, unless you're going to focus heavily on multiple small pulses, that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's actually a very energy-heavy variant of the Enforcer. I was kind of surprised when I looked at that. I thought PGI might have given them more ballistic slots, but they didn't. So, yeah, it's kind of built around one heavy punch on the right side, and the left side is all of your support and backup weapons. So it probably favours something that works very similar to what they did with the 4P anyway, which is putting something like an AC-20 and a bunch of medium lasers in there, or maybe even ramming a Gauss rifle in it and backing up with a bunch of small pulses, you know, some kind of long-range hit with a short-range, like rapid-fire punch, that kind of thing. So it can work, and it's a remarkably robust design. I found that the hitboxes work quite well on the Enforcer. It's not the prettiest of mechs, and sadly it doesn't quite look like the original art of the Enforcer, which it now has this more insect-like head when it really shouldn't. But it is a decent 50-tonner. It doesn't have like the benefit of missile hardpoints or anything, but it's pretty straightforward. It works with what it's got. The quirk's obviously built around its ballistics capability, and it's nice to have jump jets in a 50-tonner. It is a very good brawling mech, pretty much, although it can't zombie. I found that, again, because of the hitboxes, it's very rare you're going to get your arms blown off in this thing, and it's very XL friendly. So if you do want to tinker with making some builds that focus more on using every last weapon slot you've got in the mech, then yeah, the XL engine will do you quite well in there. I think it's because it actually, for a 50-ton, it has quite a narrow frame, narrow body, which does help it quite a lot. So I'd go with the Enforcer. It is a nice 50-tonner. it's probably not as commonly used as the likes of the Hunchbacks and Centurions out there. Probably because it just doesn't probably have the kind of hardpoint or zombie capabilities of either of those mechs. But it does put in a good effort. You definitely probably see more Enforcers than you do Trebuchets out there. Although I don't necessarily think Trebuchets are bad either. But yeah, overall, Enforcer, quite like. If there's a massive demand for the 4p and the 5p, I will get round to them, but probably much later on, probably once I've finished doing the clan side of things, so I'll sort of add them later on. But yeah, outside of that, thanks for watching everybody. Next time we will be looking at probably the Centurion, so stick around for them, there's more variants of that. And hope you all have a good week. Critical Rocket, signing out.
Target destroyed. New target acquired.